Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I am not a morning person, and last night when I left church, Deacon Paul said to me, well, are you going to make it for 8:30 or am I going to have to fill in? Luckily, I live with a dog and 2 cats, and God set their alarm for 6:30 this morning. So in my life, I have found the necessity to be on a spiritual path, and as such, I have been hungry for conversation with others who share this same sense of spiritual journey. I have been energized by many meaning of life questions, such as, can God be experienced rather than just read about? How do I really know God loves me? What do we do about suffering? And where can I encounter God in my everyday living? The thing is that in our culture, it's very hard to find people who are willing to go into these deep questions with us. That is what led me to seek out a spiritual director. You may hear the term spiritual director or spiritual companion being used. Being a spiritual director or spiritual companion are the same thing. The distinction is in terms of the type of training we have received. A person who refers to themselves as a spiritual director has gone through a multi-year course that specifically focuses on spiritual direction and leads to an accredited degree. Spiritual companions hold a degree in a related field and have taken courses to be certified as a spiritual companion. I fall into this latter group. My master's degree was in spirituality, and I then took the courses to be certified as a spiritual companion. Some 20 years ago, when I first thought about seeking out my own spiritual director, I really did not have a good understanding of what the process was. Like most people, I considered it would be something like out of that song in Sister Act, holier than thou, thank God I'm holier than thou. I would come under the guidance of someone who had already attained spiritual fulfillment, and they were willing to share their knowledge with me. In fact, nothing can be further from the truth. If you do encounter a spiritual companion director who infers that they have all of their spiritual ducks in a row, so to speak, do not walk away from them. Turn around and run from them. Being in spiritual companionship has opened me to accept the grandeur of God's love. And when we are loved, we respond in love. Spiritual companions are trained to listen deeply, without judgment, to the questions and the sacred stories that they encounter. Each time a story is shared, each time a big question is explored, each time a person is honored just the way they are, and a grand action of healing and awakening occur. Imagine each of these listening acts and personal encounters of God moments done each day in the work of spiritual companionship, multiplied by millions. Spiritual companionship can heal the world. I am convinced of the vitality and urgency of having spiritual companionship available in every parish. Under Deacon Paul's leadership, and in collaboration with my fellow parish staff members, I am committed to providing spiritual companionship to the people of St. Mary, be it a one-time visit or ongoing monthly encounters. As a parish, we will be one of the very few in this diocese to provide this ministry, and at the request of Deacon Paul, we will provide it free of charge. If you have not already done so, I encourage you to review the information that was posted as a bulletin insert, or to look at the online interview of 2 women who are in spiritual direction, or to check the poster board that's in the main entrance after church. I'll also be there if you have any questions. We are all fellow travelers on this spiritual journey to the heart of Jesus, and our world needs our healing presence. And this parish needs your voice, your energy, your holiness. Whomever you are and wherever you are in your spiritual journey, there's never been a better time to consider becoming part of the practice of spiritual companionship. I am inviting you today to prayerfully listen to the call of God. Consider if this Lent is your time to begin a journey in spiritual companionship. Thank you for listening to my own story, and thank you for supporting spiritual companionship here at St. Mary's, either through your own personal involvement or with your prayerful support.